be telling you guys about my senior governor school project. My topic is physical activity in special education and also the in a public school environment. I chose the topic is because I've really been involved with sports throughout my whole life, benefit this school in a positive way directly, so I really wanted to work here at the school. Through my internship, I worked with Miss Kim Buckhart, who is right here. She is a physical therapist specifically for disabilities, and so it's kind of a funny story. We communicated over email at first, but the first time I met her in person, I drove up to the TAC building, and I was gonna ride with her around Orangeburg to do house calls. She was, and she told me what her license plate number was and what car she drove. So I just had to kind of walk around the parking lot and look for her car, and I was getting into a car with a complete stranger. But thankfully, she turned out to be really, really cool. She's super nice. But that day when we went on those house calls, what we were doing was we were working with early interns. And what I got to see her do is how she works with families at the house. And what happens is these infants have some sort of condition or disability that sort of early development stages in life. So I got to see how she works with the parents and gives them tips and give them a way to help try and reduce the problems of these kids' conditions. And then I also worked with her the rest of my time at her clinic in Ruckersville, pediatric physical therapy. And here I got to assist her during actual physical therapy appointments that she had with her older children patients. She got to participate through the exercises and games through her patients. So this kind of gave her a way to evaluate her patients. Since I was the one participating in the appointment, she got to kind of watch over. So I'm glad I could help her with that through this experience. And Ms. Lockhart helped me find some topics for my research that I included in my project. And one thing that I found really interesting is vestibular awareness. And vestibular awareness is to know where you are in a given space in relation to objects around you. And this is done through the communication through the ear to the brain. Through communication from the vestibular and vestibular nerves, the ear basically sends a message to the brain knowing that I'm this far away from you know where you are. And sometimes children with autism, they don't really have as strong of a sense of sometimes children with autism drop to the ground or kind of bump into things, and that's their way of figuring out what's around them. And what I thought was really cool is that the way she helps kids cope with this problem is through swings and slides, and that stopping and starting helps children their surroundings, and that I thought that was really cool. Something really fun into a beneficial way to help her patient. Another thing that I thought was really interesting was the idea of the cognitive process, and this is the brain's way of learning information and retaining it and being able to use it in the future. And this is through memory, sensations, perceptions, and attention. And the way this activity is when a child goes through physical activity, certain hormones and neurons are released in the brain, and this stimulates brain activity. So when a child has physical activity during their day at school, such as in a PE class, to a classroom, stimulation that happens through physical activity is transferred over to their brain stimulation into the classroom, putting them in the classroom setting and helping their performance. As for my community service, I worked with Ms. Chambers, who is a special education teacher here at the high school, for aid on mostly Tuesdays and Thursdays last semester for her adaptive PE class. Basketball, we got to play a bunch of different games. I got to see how these kids activity into their everyday lives here at Orange County. Sit in the classroom with them for some days, and one thing that I want to point out is this pink ball over here. Students really love to play with it. We would play volleyball, soccer. It was a really great way for them to get active, and they were the ball out and play with it. So that's something that, as for my legacy, I sort of transferred that into my legacy and fitness club to help me make some games for the Health and Fitness Week that we have here at Orange County. Fitness Week is different grade levels compete against each other while we play sports and physical activity games, and the grade with the most amount of points at the end of the week is the grade that wins. So I thought of some Hornet Hero games that could be implemented into that game, include the special education students, because they don't normally get to be involved with all of the activities. So what this was Hornet Hero soccer, so we played with the pink ball that they love to play with during their adaptive PE class. Great way for students with disabilities to play alongside without disabilities, and it was really awesome to see everybody being included, and I got a lot of positive feedback. On this game will be in the Health and Fitness Week activity. Along with my Hornet Heroes games, there's also a Medford basketball league that I'm helping Ms. Chambers arrange, involved in, and this is basically a basketball league that special education students can play in against other schools. Now the league includes surrounding schools such as Nelson, Fluvanna, Louisa, and hopefully we will be able to be into the league as well. But this year was sort of our test year, and unfortunately the first game that they're playing was actually today to go to this presentation. So they're playing right now, I think. But I'm really excited to see how they text Ms. Chambers afterwards to see how they play. Oh, and we will also have a home game here for that Medford Basketball League on March 24th, so the whole school can go out and watch them play. My advice to a future Blue Ridge senior is to not make this project as big as basically how every day went, which is turned in. To not make this project as big as it seems. And by that I mean don't stress yourself out thinking about the different components and the different aspects of it. Like when I heard that Lindsay was doing her internship through NASA, I freaked out because I was like, how can I compete with that? Like I had no idea. In the beginning of the school year, I had no idea what I was going to do, and I was so stressed out because so many people had already started their legacies and their internships. I had no idea what I was going to do. But this project is for you and for you only, so don't compare yourself to other people in your class. It's for your benefit, and it's what you make it. So what people are doing, focus on what you're doing yourself. And I think this also transfers over to a quote by Steve Jobs: the only way to do great work is to love what you do. It's definitely really important for this project. You want to make this something that you're passionate about and something that you love, and it doesn't feel like another school project. It's something that you want to do. You want to go to your internship. You want to do your community service. My future plans, I don't know what I want to major in yet, but hopefully I can figure that out soon. But I have been accepted into Auburn University, and I'm still in Virginia Tech and James Madison. But I'm really excited to see what the future has over. Yeah. Thank you very much.